Engin Shenli here, sharing tips and tricks in our series Zombie Apocalypse Worthy Tips and Tricks. If you like to know hacks which make you more independent and resilient in any circumstances, this video is for you. In a post-apocalyptic world or in a minimalistic survival adventure training trip, it's important to be able to meet your basic needs without being dependent on electricity or modern devices. And that's exactly what today is all about. I will show you how you can create simple and innovative cooking and lighting solutions with just a few objects. Let's start with a simple light source that can replace a candle. All you need is an old glass, a piece of cotton cloth, and some vegetable oil. This can be old vegetable oil that is no longer used, or oil from any fish, meat or vegetable can or jars. You might also find oil in some canisters in any old workshop or something like this. It works with any type of oil, even coconut oil if you want to survive the zombie apocalypse on a deserted Caribbean island. I mean, why not? Vegetable oil? Now you might think that the whole room would smell like a French fries shop. But that's not the case, because a correctly adjusted wick burns without any odor or smoke. The glass should be clean and dry. To make the wick, I cut a piece of cotton cloth from an old t-shirt about 1 inch longer than the height of the jar and roll it slightly. Then I make a hole about the thickness of the rolled wick in the center of the screw cap and thread the wick through. I also make at least one more small hole on the side of the lid so that the pressure in the jar is equalized and the oil can climb up the wick better. Vegetable oil is heavy and only rises to a limited extent vertically. The ancient Romans already knew this and used flat clay lamps to burn off their oil. Here you can see such a specimen, which still works quite well after more than 2000 years. To reduce the pitch of the wick in the jar, I fill the bottom of the jar with the material that should be slightly heavier. So either stones, marbles or other natural materials such as salt. This not only makes the whole thing more decorative, but also safer when standing, since the center of the gravity is shifted downwards. If you like, you can add also any fragrant ingredients such as spruce branches, small pitch pine cones, orange or lemon peels, fresh or dried flowers and fragrant herbs. If done correctly, the oil should immediately start soaking the wick and you can light it. Make sure that the wick protrudes about 3 to 5 millimeters on the glass, because that's the trick to get a smoke and odorless flame. Depending on the size of the glass, the light can burn for several hours. When the light goes out, all you have to do is to pull the wick a little bit out and light it again. You can use the same lamp multiple times as long as the oil hasn't gone rancid. But that's not all. With a small change in the design, you can even turn the glass into a safe and portable windproof outdoors lamp. You can build this wick holder out of a piece of wire to let the wick burn in an open glass. So you not only have wind protection, but you can simply close the whole system and take it with you in your backpack. That is sustainable and useful knowledge that you can easily acquire to be prepared for the next zombie apocalypse or just a cool survival trip. Or you just use it to have a nice ambience, or just to save money. With a few simple items and a good problem-solving skill, you can not only build this kind of lamp, no, you can even cook easily. You would never imagine yourself with what kind of things you can easily have clean drinking water or even a warm meal. This is probably one of the greatest Last of Us zombie apocalypse hacks you can ever learn. Now let's start with the cooking solution. With a little creativity and improvisation, you can easily prepare clean drinking water and a warm meal. I'm going to show you how to make a delicious meal while camping using common things you can easily find in your pantry. Or you loot into an abundant, derelict, post-apocalyptic supermarket. Right, we are talking about canned tuna in oil. You don't have to limit yourself to tuna in oil. Any can of oil or fat as an ingredient will work just as well. So whether you are a fan of sardines, spreads, canned meat or pickles, you are set. So let's go. You need a piece of handkerchief or toilet paper, a can of tuna in oil, something to light up, and of course something to cook. You can also just use the tuna in the can. As simple as that. Spoon the tuna out of the can, ideally into a pan, and leave as much oil in the can as possible. Now you must place the toilet paper or handkerchief in the middle of the can, preferably in 2 layers, and press it into the oil in the middle. Light the paper at all corners and wait for a good flame to develop. Now you can prepare your food and your water over the tuna oven. If you like, you can also use some oil for a lamp from the same can of tuna. You will notice how an entire survival Swiss knife can be made from a simple can. These lighting and cooking solutions are not only interesting for anyone who wants to be prepared for a post-apocalyptic world, but also for the price-conscious and do-it-yourself enthusiasts. With this upcycling approach, we can also protect the environment. So what are you waiting for? Grab a can of tuna in oil or any other can with oil or fat and prepare yourself for a delicious lost place cooking in a cozy zombie apocalypse ambience. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or want to discuss things further, please comment below. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell and check out also my latest video. We'll see you guys next time. Ciao.